You live and local on this Friday morning, pretty glorious Friday morning, getting up to 24, maybe a little bit later on, just having a look now, you're just on 21 at the moment, but nevertheless, Barry Gibbs, Sir Barry Gibb, off the album, This Is Where You Came In, Madonna, not where you came in, but if you've got that album at home.
I don't have that one, but we've got a lot of stuff we've downloaded off your iTunes.
Yeah, and he's just brought out a new album last year, 2017, and when we have a little break, we'll play the next one. We'll do just a little small tribute to Sir Barry.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this next one we're going to play a little bit later on is called Star-Crossed Lovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think any reference to anything Jewish like that, but I know that. Yeah, Neil Sedaka had one, Star-Crossed Lovers, many years ago.
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Yeah, and because he is Jewish and it was related to that sort of thing. But anyway, that's the by and by.
Yes.
So, now, what are we doing?
Well, I think when we're talking about poop, there's not just the bowel. Like basically bowel cancer is the end result of dysfunction a long way up through the digestive tract. Mm-hmm. So I thought we'd sort of chat about that. So of course, firstly, the digestive tract is everything from when you're chewing and digesting your meal, and how many people gobble their meals down without thinking about it. You know, or they're not eating consciously. And this is one of the things for probably the last 5 years, they've really hammered home to us at these congresses I go to, that when people aren't eating consciously, they're not releasing enough saliva because they're actually bypassing their taste buds a lot of the time, which is sort of an interesting because something like 35% of digestion is smell alone, and then you get a whole bunch that is taste. So that whole process of putting together our meals and enjoying it and enjoying the colour and the look and everything is really important. So that's just your taste buds starting the process of digestion before it goes into the stomach. Many medications and things that we do mess up with our stomach acid. So the lower the stomach acid, long term, the higher the chance of getting bowel cancer. So because good stomach acid, good hydrochloric acid, works in tandem with pancreatic enzymes and with bile from the gallbladder. And all of them are really important in digesting your food so that things aren't fermenting and getting really toxic in the large bowel. Right. So if you've got problems digestion-wise for 10, 20, 30 years, well, the risks are just higher, you know, for getting bowel cancer. And a lot of time people are lucky. They just have some of their bowel removed and, you know, not many people go to the pockets and things like that.
So you said that, I think back about 20 minutes ago, it's the second highest killer?
Yeah, in Australia. Okay.
What's in front of it?
Well, skin's always number one.
Is it?
But I don't think that's the one that was on the list, because I think whenever they look at the top cancers, they always take skin out of it because apparently it's just so everywhere that they know it's going to be first.
Prostate cancer kills more men than what breast cancer kills women, is that?
Yeah. Well, once again, you know, chatting about the BPAs and the environmental toxins last week and the things that are really aggravating these cancers, it's not great. You know, we really need to be paying attention to our diet and our lifestyle so that these things don't happen. As people are getting bigger, you know, the prostate cancer risk is going up because that tummy fat creates inflammation in the prostate. You know how tummy fat is very, very inflammatory. So it's a type of fat that actually releases a lot of inflammatory hormones. And you can imagine tummy fat is only inches away from the prostate. So it's very close by. So by vicinity, it's closer to the prostate than it is to, say, the breast tissue. So you can imagine because our weight is, you know, this week we've hit number 1 in the world for obesity again. You know, we keep oscillating with the US, but man, we're ahead again. This is not something we want to be at the best at the world.
It's not a race we want to win, that's for sure.
No, so and once again, that is very much linked. They know just being obese, I'm not talking overweight, but they know being obese increases our risk of everything by 30%. So, you know, they're not small numbers we're talking.
What can we do?
What can we do? So we need to really start getting your health. Some people are very happy with the idea that they are not going to live a long time. I had a lady in my clinic, yesterday. She's the same age as her mother when her mother died. Now, my client, she's actually always worked towards her health. So she sees pictures of her mother at 62 and she sees pictures of herself. She knows she looks 20 years younger than her mother did at that age, but she knows she's always been really, really proactive. Whereas I've got other 62-year-olds who look 100. So it's really one of those things we're doing on a daily basis. What are we having? I sort of call some people the tea and bicky generation, because every time we're doing something like that is not pro-health, it's pro-snack, it's yummy, it's all sorts of things, but there's nothing health conscious in a snack like that. So, even doing those small things, swapping over from tea to a green tea, swapping over to an organic herbal tea, something, once again, without pesticides, swapping over to something, say, paleo. You can make your own paleo brownies with really good ingredients that are delicious. You make it yourself with, organic flour and raw cacao and coconut oil and eggs and things like that. You've got yourself a really healthy little snack that's delicious, that's actually pro-health, as opposed to iced Vovos or something like that. It's just making those choices on that daily basis. So, having that conscious thought, is this good for me or not?
I think what you need to do is bring in your little recipe book, and we can talk some recipes. And let the listeners know. Yeah,
because I do think it's really frustrating. It's not that hard to be healthy. It just has to be a conscious thought. It's about choosing. Don't choose the junk food to bring them home. I've never actually managed to make my own crackers and things. I know other people with Thermomixes. I've got a Thermi, and I love it. But I've never managed to make my own organic crackers or anything like that. So, there's actually, I buy an expensive brand of crackers. It's called Mary's Gone Crackers. They're in Coles. They're like $7.50 a box, but they're non-GMO, they're all organic, non-genetically modified crackers, and they're delicious.
Wow.
So, they're, once again, just comparing them. And because they're $7.50, I don't eat the whole box at once.
Right. Okay, so it's getting away from the food side of it. What about exercise, obviously?
Oh, absolutely.
Really important.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned Dr. Catagiani, Flavio. He was talking to us about exercise, and he's currently involved in a couple of research papers on exercise and reducing our risk of cancer, because being stagnant is one of the main things that increases bowel cancer. And once again, you imagine people who are sitting 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, or 10 hours a day if we're just at home sitting in front of the TV, we're bent at the hips. So that's putting inflammation in our hips. And once again, where's the prostate? Where's the bowel? So all of those organs down through that midsection, they're getting inflamed. So sitting is inflammatory. There's currently over 1,400 current studies being done linking the benefits of exercise to reducing the risks of cancer. 1,400 in the world at the moment. It's just phenomenal. So, and the reason is because they keep finding more and more benefits. And in order to make things, laws, regulations, and maybe this is the sort of thing where we have the health and PE at school, but every man and his dog gets out of it because, they've got asthma or they've got this or they've got that. So many kids don't even choose health and PE at the moment. It's not compulsory anymore. So some kids never do exercise because they simply choose other things. And we've got to get it into kids' lifestyles from the time, they're born. I think I even mentioned to you that with obesity, so we were talking about the BPAs and plastics and environmental toxins, they're considered obesogens. So it's about making sure our liver is really well working our whole life. And I don't know if you've known many people with bowel cancer, but bowel cancer and liver cancer very, very often go hand in hand. And it's because if your liver is not working, you're not taking out your daily toxins from your life. So therefore, what choice does your body have but to build it up in other tissues of the body? So the poor old bowel, it's got no hope getting rid of it either if the liver isn't doing its job. So keeping the liver really well functioning. There's lots of easy supplements that you can do to support your liver. Obviously, things like dandelion leaf tea. Yeah, have you heard of that? Dandelion chicory.
I don't think I've ever tasted it.
Yeah, so dandelion leaf is good for the kidneys. Dandelion root is good for the liver. And there's lots of organic herbal things you can get that are quite yummy. They're quite yummy with chicory as well. And once again, it's sort of that slow swapping over to something that's healthy. If you love your coffee, go your coffee, but have every second or third one as a dandelion and chicory until your taste buds get used to it. Because it takes 22 times to try something new before your taste buds go, oh, okay, now I can stand that.
Yeah. All right, well, look, we're moving on towards some music.
Yes.
And then we're going to be talking newly Therapies, which is coming up pretty soon. But before we go on to this next song, we did talk about the new album from Barry Gibbs.
Yeah.
Barry Gibbs. You probably haven't heard this song coming up.
Look forward
It's
to
called
it.
Star-Crossed Lovers. It's a really pretty song. It'll sort of, you'll sit in the chair and you might go to sleep. But
They'll need to make a new Romeo and Juliet movie now to put into it. To put it into.
I sort of I like to play a little bit of romantic music, so
Yeah.
that's coming up here on BFM. So just have a listen. We'll be back with more in just a moment.